Well, very good evening and welcome to your Primetime News Bulletin. I'm Shane Silva.
And I'm Arundhati Mudannaika. The Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, Jayalalitha Jayaraman, has written to Indian Premier Dr. Manmohan Singh concerning the IPL matches involving Sri Lankan cricketers, umpires or support staff in Tamil Nadu.
Well, this letter has now sparked off a chain of developments.
We have a comprehensive report coming up on the news, but first is a look at the stories making headlines tonight.
The IPL Governing Council decides not to field Sri Lankan cricketers in matches scheduled to be held in Chennai. Sports Minister says that Sri Lankan cricketers will not participate in the IPL if there is no security guarantee. And strong winds affect various parts of the island.
A discussion on the construction of South Asia's largest standing Buddha statue that will be built at the Makumbar access point facing the Southern Expressway was held at Temple Trees today. The discussion was presided over by President Mahinda Rajapaksa.
The communique issued by the President's media unit says that the construction work on the standing Buddha statue will commence on Vesak full moon Poya day. The statue will be 180 feet tall. It has been estimated that the statue will cost about 300 million rupees. The President's media unit said that during the discussion, the President had issued instructions for a fund to be set up under the Treasury to collect funds for this purpose. The President also donated 1 million rupees for this project at the discussion.
It was on a Poya day like today that Lord Buddha travelled from Veluvanarame to Kimbulwatpura, accompanied by 25,000 monks on an invitation extended by King Suddhodana.
Buddhists across the globe observe the Madin full moon Poya day today, reminiscing on the service done by the Lord Buddha to the Sasana.
Madin Pura Pasulussak Poho Dine.
Gratitude is the lesson that people across the globe can learn from the Madin full moon Poya day. Lord Buddha said that the cool breeze flowing from the direction of Kimbulwatpura calmed the mind and cooled the body. Let us all set a goal on this Madin Poya day to show gratitude and act with graciousness towards everyone. Farmers in the Mahavali Sea Zone celebrated the Agasas festival today, parallel to the Madin full moon Poya day. They have been engaging in this ritual on Madin full moon Poya days over the past 20 years. Meanwhile, the founder of the Pranya Pradeepa concept and UNP Western Provincial Councillor Jayantha De Silva attended religious observances held in view of Madin full moon Poya day at the Kolonnawa Purana Rajamahaviharaya. A lot of people have received results by reading the Jaya Pirita from the time of Lord Buddha to the present. You may have problems in life, your children may have problems, you may have personal problems. I believe that reciting the Jaya Pirita is the best recourse in such instances.
The Disaster Management Centre says that strong winds that swept across several villages coming under the purview of the Bulat Sinhala Divisional Secretariat has been identified as a storm condition.
Our correspondent said that houses in the villages of Diyakaduwa, Karannagoda, Kobavala, Bovinna, Ihalanaragala and Opalla in Bulat Sinhala were damaged by the winds. According to the Disaster Management Centre, one house was completely destroyed while 10 other homes were damaged. 2 children and another woman were injured in the incident.
A strong wind was accompanied by the rains. It uprooted nearby trees. The old woman was sleeping with the 2 children.
The 2 children who were injured are receiving treatment at the Bulat Sinhala Hospital while the woman was transferred to the Horana Base Hospital for treatment. The Galle District Disaster Management Centre says that a tornado tore through Karandenia in Galle yesterday. The Kiriped Sri Vijayasundara Rama Viharaya in Karandenia was the worst affected by the tornado. According to our correspondent, the Dham Hall and several other buildings were also damaged. The wind was moving in circular motions. It was like a storm. The roofs came off. Electrical appliances in many houses in Hatton were destroyed by a lightning strike last evening.
In other local news, the Ministry of Health warns of a possible rise in the spread of dengue with the current inter-monsoon weather pattern. 8,251 dengue-related cases have been reported during the first 3 months of 2013.
The number of dengue patients reported during March is significantly low compared to January and February. According to the data released by the Epidemiology Unit of the Ministry of Health, 3,343 dengue patients were reported in January, while 3,026 dengue patients were reported in February. So far, 1,882 dengue patients have been reported for the month of March. When comparing the number of dengue patients to previous years, it is evident that there has been a significant increase in the number of dengue patients following March every year. In January 2010, 4,768 dengue patients were reported, while 4,722 were reported in February, while 2,528 dengue patients were reported in March. 3,986 dengue patients were reported in January 2012, while 3,145 were reported in February, and 2,628 patients were reported in March the same year. Though there is a significant decrease in the spread of dengue in the first 3 months, there has been a rapid rise from April.
Usually we get large number of cases and there could be an outbreak of dengue especially during monsoon seasons. Even though in dry season these eggs can survive and then once the rain starts, so it can start breeding. Therefore, the risk is there even during dry season. So the dengue mosquitoes can come up with little bit of rains, so they can start multiplying. This is the dangerous aspect of dengue.
Over the past 3 years, the highest number of dengue patients were reported from the Colombo district. This year, the highest number of dengue patients for the first 3 months were reported from Colombo, followed by Gampaha and Kalutara. News First took to the streets of Colombo today and came across several mosquito breeding grounds. We can only reap positive benefits if everyone, including the public, are properly made aware of by the Ministry of Health and all other ministries and departments attached to it. There is a need for a national level program to eradicate dengue. There needs to be an inter-management system at divisional level to follow up on the progress made.
Now, if you are a News First U reporter or wanting to be a News First U reporter, here is your chance to submit your stories to us on the extreme weather. If you have footage or pictures of the bad weather conditions prevalent over the island, and if you are a witness to it, submit your stories to www.newsfirst.lk/ureport and we will air your story on Primetime News. And tonight on our special segment dedicated for our News First U reporters, we are now joined by Rukshan from Kalutara.
A leopard had fallen into an agrarian well in the Gallas village in Kalutara South. The villagers rescued the leopard and set it free to the wild.
Mama News First U reporter Benjamin Rukshan Kalutara Sita.
In our developing story tonight, the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, Jayalalitha Jayaram, has said that IPL matches in Tamil Nadu will only be held if the organisers provide an undertaking that no Sri Lankan players, umpires, officials or support staff will participate in these matches. Well, Nadeem Majid is now standing by at the newsroom with more on this development. Nadeem, what's the latest?
Well, Shane, as we've been reporting here on News First, the IPL Governing Council has decided not to field Sri Lankan players in IPL matches to be played in Chennai. Now, I've just finished editing this story. As you know, this decision by the IPL Governing Council follows a letter addressed by the Tamil Nadu CM Jayalalitha Jayaram to the Indian Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh. This letter addressed to Indian Prime Minister Manmohan Singh, which was also released to the media, the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, Jayalalitha Jayaram, says, and I quote, "In view of the popular antipathy and anger in Tamil Nadu against the actions of the government of Sri Lanka, the government of Tamil Nadu is of the view that IPL matches involving Sri Lankan players, umpires and other officials should not be played in Tamil Nadu." Now, she also goes on to note that the BCCI may be advised by the government of India to prevail upon the IPL organisers not to allow Sri Lankan cricketers, umpires and support staff to take part in fixtures scheduled to be held in Tamil Nadu.
Well, Nadeem, before we let you go, has there been any response from the organisers of the tournament?
That's a good question, Shane. Well, in an interview with the Indian TV channel NDTV, Rajiv Shukla, the chairman of the IPL, has said that the organisers were reviewing the situation. The BCCI president N. Srinivasan, and meanwhile, the CEO of Sri Lanka Cricket, Ajit Jayasekara, also expressed views to the Indian media regarding this matter. Now, speaking exclusively to News First, the Minister of Sports and several former Sri Lankan cricketer Arjuna Ranatunga also commented
commented on the issue. That's the story that I've just finished editing. We have all these views on this comprehensive 360-degree report.
Well, I've been just told about the content of the letter which she has written to the Honorable Prime Minister, and after that we are reviewing the situation with the President BCCI, Mr. N. Srinivasan, and we'll definitely take a call on it. But I would like to make it very clear that security and safety of the Sri Lankan players is utmost priority for us. So we'll be advising the Sri Lankan players accordingly, and at the same time we will be going ahead with our schedule, and I think all the matches which are scheduled to take place in Chennai would take place in Chennai.
No, so what does that mean specifically? Are you then indicating that you will buckle into what Jayalalitha has asked for and ensure that IPL matches in Chennai do not have Sri Lankan players?
Well, it's not like buckling under pressure. You know, when you are organizing such kind of mega event, obviously the cooperation and help of the local administration and police is required for the safety of for safety of the whole tournament, for the safety of the people who are coming to watch the matches. Sri Lankan board, Indian board and Sri Lankan board, they maintain the best relationship. They are also realizing the situation. Obviously, we will definitely take Sri Lankan board also in confidence before taking any decision.
Okay, sir.
We have advised our players that there is a situation like this, and we have told them the steps we have taken. We have informed our foreign ministry, we have informed our defense ministry and the sports ministry, and we have told them about our exchange of views with the BCCI and the assurances given by the BCCI. We won't tell them don't go for the IPL, but we have told them of the situation right now and what they could expect, and it's up to them to take that decision. We have not decided to go beyond that, and we are confident in the assurances given to us by the BCCI.
No, it's unfortunate that politics and sports getting involved in the issue. I think what we saw in the past, especially in the South Indian politicians, when it comes to general elections, they act like this. And I think it's up to the Sri Lankan government to take a decision and the cricket board to give a clarification regarding the security system in India. And generally when we tour to different countries, that particular country cricket board has to give a guarantee on security for the players. The only thing is this is a private entity. This is done by a private organization linked with the Indian cricket board. So it's up to the Indian cricket board to give the Sri Lankan cricket board a guarantee, plus the Indian government to give Sri Lankan government a guarantee on players' safety.
The Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu has asked the Indian government not to welcome any Sri Lankan player playing in the IPL. Sri Lanka Cricket, which took note of this, has questioned the central government of India on whether they can guarantee the safety of Sri Lankan players if they go to India. The request was made via the Minister of External Affairs to the BCCI. We are expecting a response. If the government of India can assure the safety of these players, we can send our players. However, if their safety is not guaranteed, Sri Lankan players will not be sent for this tournament.
Well, 13 Sri Lankan cricketers have been signed up by the various IPL franchises to play in the 9-team tournament that begins on the 3rd of April. Now, these players include Mahela Jayawardena, Muthaiya Muralidharan, Lasith Malinga, Tilakaratne Dilshan and Ajantha Mendes. 10 IPL games are scheduled to be played in Chennai, Tamil Nadu, the home of one of the franchises, which is the Chennai Super Kings, which has 2 Sri Lankans in its squad. Now, in another startling development, the Times of India reports that the Tamil Nadu-based IPL franchise, the Chennai Super Kings, are set to drop Sri Lankan cricketers from their squad. Now, as you are probably aware, Nuwan Kulasekara and Akila Dhananjaya were recruited by the Chennai Kings, but it is now evident that they will be dropped for the entire 6th edition of the IPL. Well, Shane, this is the situation at present, but of course we here at News First are continuing to monitor this situation, and we'll bring our viewers the developments as and when they unfold. Back to you at the main news desk, Shane.